How we doing today, guys? It's Outlaw. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about Raid Shadow Legends. Now, if you watched last time, you saw that really bad cliffhanger. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave you guys off like that. I wanted to show you guys at least a little bit of gameplay footage for the Outlaw Monk. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. So, my game has actually finally fully updated. So, that's good. So we can go ahead and show you some Outlaw Monk content, but I think today, when we show you the Outlaw Monk content, we're going to show you exactly where he's supposed to be. The only place that you will ever use him. Because again, guys, 2 stars. They are, in fact, food. There's a couple of good 2 stars that can be used in this occasion or that occasion, but generally the requirements, artifact-wise, make them not as useful as somebody else who might do the same thing. So, for an early game, Outlaw Monk is going to be pretty solid for the clan boss. And reason being that he's going to be solid for the clan boss is going to be this foul play. Places two 5% poison debuffs on the target for 2 turns. Now, the clan boss does have a lot of health. We're going to go ahead and just click into here real quick and just take a look at his health. So he does have 19.2 million health on the easy setting. So you're not going to deal 5% of that 19.2 because he's got a passive that makes him not take as much damage from abilities that deal damage based on health. Now, he doesn't take as much, but he still takes a fair chunk. So that's going to be definitely kind of the strategy when facing him. We're going to be looking at poisons, right? Those are going to deal a lot of damage. We're going to be looking at also the HP burn effects. HP burn is going to be pretty solid on him. Now, I don't know how many times this guy's going to land HP burn on the clan boss. I didn't actually get him super well fitted for accuracy, just not too many accuracy substats that I could get. I mean, I've got 20 there, and yeah, that's the 20 accuracy that this guy has altogether. So, not super great going here. Let me actually see if I can't if I don't have a gem to upgrade that a little bit. No, I sure don't. Alright, so he's probably not going to land that HP burn effect too often, but if I land it once, then I can show you what I want to show you. And that's about it. Um, HP burn does also deal damage based on the health percentage, but at a much higher rate. So the poison debuff here is going to be 5%. It's going to deal about 20,000 damage, and the HP burn deals quite a considerable bit more. I want to say on the easy clan boss it's about 50,000, so pretty solid damage. But I did go ahead and put together kind of a poor man's clan boss team. You know, I've got a grappler here. Grappler is actually pretty solid for clan boss at a 4.7 rating. Um, so he does put a weaken debuff on the clan boss, which is pretty big. He does put 2 poison debuffs on the clan boss again, that's pretty big. And then he also places a shield buff on allies. Now, if he were ascended, it would be shield and a reflect damage. Unfortunately, between the week of getting all of these guys to do this and doing this now, I had to focus on a couple of other things. So I wasn't able to get him ascended more. Um, we've got the Hexweaver. Hexweaver has Curse, which gives a decreased accuracy, so that's going to be okay. That's going to work for us. She does heal all allies by 15% of their max HP. Now, if I could have skilled this up, this would have been a lot better. She would heal for a lot more, help my team survive a little bit longer. But I don't think that my team's going to have too big of issues with that for the easy clan boss. We also have Wings of Doom, places a 30% increased crit rate buff on all allies for 2 turns. So all allies are going to hit the clan boss a little bit harder because of that. So, you know, we're looking at a couple of good things here for the clan boss. The only thing across my team that I don't really have right now to deal with him with is I don't have an attack down. Now, I do have somebody who could land that, but I think that for this current team, I'm going to go ahead and not focus on that too much. So if I were to go ahead and pull my veteran out of storage and use veteran, Veteran has this disarm, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 35% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportionate to defense. So if you're making a poor man's clan boss team or an original clan boss team, this would be a good guy to possibly throw in if you had him. But basically, I'm going to try to run this clan boss fight as though you don't have that many voids to throw in there. I've been playing for a little bit, popped quite a few void shards already, so I've got some pretty decent things. Unfortunately, the only downside is that none of the guys that I'm going to use here really give me too much of a good leadership skill. So I've got currently 15 or 19% Spirit Ally HP in all battles. That's probably going to end up being the one that we're going to use, as even the Hex Weaver is Ally Speed in Faction Keeps, or Faction Crypts. This isn't a Faction Crypt. And then we don't really have anything on the Outlaw Monk, so we're going to go ahead and use Grapplers, toss in Templar, a Ragemonger, Hexweaver, and the Outlaw Monk. It's a team 1,000 of 43, or it's a team power of 43,000. So we're not looking at a really high power here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at him, see what he does, give a brief rundown, things like that. So first off, at 50%, he does go ahead and pop to a different affinity. So once he pops to that different affinity, he's going to take more damage from people that he's weak to and deal more damage to people that he's strong to. So already off the bat, we have quite a few poisons landed on him, a decreased accuracy. Great, and we see all those poisons dealing damage there. 20,000 for the 5% and 10,000 for the weaker one. Now, most of my team isn't going to hit him for 10,000 anyways, so putting a poison debuff on him that's 10,000 damage free that lands just because I've hit him. So that's kind of a really big strategy here on the clan boss to go ahead and pop out damage. This team's not going to do too well here. I can promise you that. I will be lucky if this team actually goes ahead and gets a I'll be lucky if this team actually gets the maximum damage from a key out of this. But this team is also really weak. I don't have a single epic in here. I didn't throw an epic in this team at all. I didn't throw a shaman. I didn't throw a Jizo. A lot of early accounts will have shaman and Jizo at least, and they like to use those. I threw people in this team that work for the strategies of the clan boss. There's no need for a shaman in clan boss. Maybe she gives you that crit buff. Okay, great. She can go ahead and take away this buff. Again, that's all right. That's okay. If you have somebody that reduces his attack, that's fine. Early clan boss also, the easy clan boss isn't going to deal a whole lot of damage. So maybe it's just also not altogether that meaningful for you. Um, Shaman can be used in clan boss, but not really all too great. Jizo can be used in Clan Boss, but Jizo gets used in Clan Boss if you're going to use a Kale, and if you're going to not be on auto for the Clan Boss. Now, I'm just going through auto just so I can go ahead and pop through real quick, kind of do my thing, and move on. But the team itself is sustaining pretty well. I mean, Outlaw Monk's going to get hit pretty hard. He's a 2-star. I mean, he doesn't have as much defense as the other guys do, just baseline. As well, he's the only one that they're not, or that isn't strong to them, or at least baseline. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. Outlaw Monk is the same affinity, so Outlaw Monk and the Ragemonger here are about the same in terms of power. But now we've got some of the team is starting to die. We've got Grappler, Templar, and the Hexweaver left. They're going to try to do some things. I mean, even landing those poisons, that's 30,000 damage that wouldn't have been dealt already. We'll see what ends up happening here. I think this is going to be about it. He's going to get hit about one more time, and yep, there it goes. And we did see that Gathering Fury tag. Now again, we're not looking for a whole lot. We're not looking for a lot of crazy, right? This is a really low power team. But what we are looking at here is that in 3 minutes, I did 1.44 million damage to the clan boss on the easy difficulty. Right, Grappler dealt 402,000. Templar dealt 192,000. Templar's a tank. I'm not looking for a whole lot of damage out of him. The fact that he even dealt close to 200,000 surprises me. Ragemonger is really going to be our big damage here. He dealt 426. Again, that's good. If he would have landed more of those, if he would have landed more of his HP burn, he would have dealt more damage. Um, but he didn't land as many because I didn't have him very well accuracy tuned. So I mean, maybe swap out to an accuracy set on him, and you'll deal more damage. Again, I just kind of wanted to build him up real quick and just kind of do a thing. We've got the Outlaw Monk here, did 357,000. I mean, guys, that's a 2-star. That's food. This piece of food here did actually semi-decent damage to this guy. I mean, there's not really much more that we can ask for here out of a 2-star, guys. Clan boss, right? This just kind of explains, like, he's a special boss. Great, great, great. We probably know that already. And if we don't, you have to be in a clan to go ahead and hit the clan boss. And whatever account this is that has, 1.5 million clan boss keys, like, holy crap! Give me a million and a half clan boss keys. I'll kill every clan boss difficulty. Don't worry about it. So clan chests. The reason why dealing the maximum amount of damage to a clan boss per difficulty is really important is you get these clan chests that give you a different benefit based on what grade of chest they are, starting at novice, adept, warrior, knight, right, and so on and so forth. Well, once you kill the clan boss, you get 2 of those chests. So it's really important to capitalize how much damage you can deal on the clan boss, so you go ahead and you get your highest tier chest. And then if you're going to kill the clan boss, it's really important to make sure that you do that, because then you get your double chest of whatever it is, and those chests can be really important. Matter of fact, I'm not going to collect any of my chests today, and tomorrow I'm going to just do a brief overview clip and just show you each chest, opening them up, because I should get a double chest from just about everything that I do if we kill the hard clan boss today, which I don't know if we will, but I will try to make sure that we do. So there are a couple of difficulties. They did add a new difficulty that this doesn't show yet. So there is easy, normal, hard, brutal, nightmare, and there is now the new Ultra Nightmare clan boss. I haven't seen Ultra Nightmare. I've seen a couple of clips of Nightmare clan boss. He's brutal. He's hard. He's really mean, guys. He hits you hard. Um, but as far as mechanics, when he starts the fight at 100% health, he is going to be Void Attribute or Void Affinity. And once he goes down to 50% health, he will choose an affinity for the day. Now, I haven't seen if there's a way that he chooses an affinity for sure, but I will say the guy that we have who deals the most damage to the hard clan boss, his team tends to be weak to the spirit affinity, and we seem to always get the spirit affinity on that clan boss. So I'm wondering if it is a percentage of damage dealt per affinity that will make him choose a new affinity to make the fight a little bit harder for your clan. I'm not sure about that, guys. I mean, I think that we could go through that at some point and see and try to test and find out. But as far as I know, we have had the hard clan boss be force affinity, or I'm sorry, not force affinity, spirit affinity every time that we've hit him. He hasn't changed. So the clan boss does deal increased damage after 20 turns, so it is going to be a really prolonged fight. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a team that can survive. Although your end goal isn't to survive until you kill him. I mean, you're not going to kill the clan boss in a single key. It's near impossible. He deals increased damage after 20 turns, and that increased damage continues to stack upwards. So he's going to keep dealing more and more and more as the fight goes on. Now you can build people who are going to deal more damage to a clan boss below half health. Like my team has a couple of people with that mastery where they're going to deal more damage to the clan boss because he's at a lower health threshold. But a big thing to worry about in the clan boss, especially on harder difficulties, is you do want that attack down debuff on the clan boss. So I use an Altan who gives me that attack down debuff. Altan's also a really solid tank, and he does give me a nice 33% ally defense in all stages. So that's really nice. It's a really good thing to kind of play with. The other thing that I play with is I've got a lot of poisons here on Kale. Juliana throws a couple poisons out. She also has an HP burn effect, so Juliana deals a fair bit of damage. And then the Apothecary is a lot of speed, so I do get some decent speed out of here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a harder difficulty of the clan boss. Um, this shouldn't be too long. I want to say it takes my team about 5 minutes, 6 minutes to go ahead and die. But we see Kale. Unfortunately, he only landed one poison there, which is weak and unfortunate. But now the clan boss went ahead and hit them after Skullcrusher put down his counterattack buff. So that right there, right when Altan did his last slam, that was a full round of counterattacks. Now we're looking at the turn meters are actually going. And right there again, he hits Altan again, and we see this nice decrease attack debuff land up on him. So he has increased attack, but now Altan gives him the decrease attack. So it kind of balances out and evens out until that falls off, which it did just now. Normally, Altan can keep his decrease attack buff on the clan boss the whole time, and it's not really a big deal. I'm not really dealing with him at increase attack almost ever. It's generally that he'll have less attack because of the decrease attack debuff. But we're seeing now the team just kind of go through. Um, Nobody's really taking a whole lot of damage, and even when they do take a fair bit of damage, we're going to see Apothecary here probably end up healing on his actual turn here. Nope, okay, he went ahead and attacked still. I guess he didn't deem that it was important enough to heal. But there we go, HP burn effect. So we'll see that 75,000 there. That's that HP burn. That's why an HP burn is really important. I mean, there's a couple of different 3 stars and things like that that'll land an HP burn. There's a couple of different ways to get that effect on the clan boss. Um, you don't have to do specifically a Juliana, right? You don't have to wait until you get a Juliana. You get a Ragemonger. Ragemonger's a good one. A lot of us have Ragemonger because we were given him free. Um, he's also a void. I mean, we can pop him out of a void. Ragemonger's really good for this because he will never be weak to the clan boss, and unfortunately, he'll never be strong to the clan boss. But it is a trade-off. He's never going to take more damage from the clan boss because he's weak to him. Like unfortunately, my Skull Crusher is right now. Well, my Skull Crusher's also really tanky, so I'm not super worried about it. Skull Crusher's not going to die until it's about time for my team to start dying off, anyways. Also, we're seeing every once in a while a boost turn meter buff landing up on different people. So Kale gets a boost turn meter when one of his debuffs falls off of somebody. Apothecary gets a boost turn meter when one of his buffs falls off of somebody, or has a chance to. Those are all masteries that he has selected. Whereas my Juliana, she gets a boost turn meter debuff because of her abilities. One of her baseline ability is that when she crits somebody, she increases her turn meter by 10%. So you build your Juliana generally 100% crit. Um, so she can always get that extra turn meter. It really helps Juliana be a little bit faster than just having speed. That's why even like a Juliana with less speed, who has more crit, generally the more crit's going to be a lot better for her. She's a damage dealing champion. Crit's going to be really beneficial on her anyways. But then whenever she crits, she increases her turn meter by 10% flatline. She's about to go right away. Yep, there it goes. And 20% turn meter immediately after she's gone, and nobody else's turn meter has moved at all. It helps her really kind of go very frequently and get some decent damage out of there. Now, the heal reduction that Skullcrusher puts on, we're not worried about the heal reduction. He doesn't actually heal himself, so that's not anything that we're needing to worry about. If it was, that would be cool, but it doesn't. So also this ally protect for Skullcrusher is why even though Skullcrusher is weak here, we want to throw him in here. It's the ally protect and the counterattack. When Kale gets that counterattack, it's his attack 1, which is going to be really beneficial because A, he deals a fair bit of damage, and B, he generally lands that poison on his attack 1 unless it's resisted. Alrighty, we're going to see the last little remnants of my team probably starting to die here before too long. Although this is my my more aggressive part of the team. Altan's probably going to be healed here. Yeah, there it goes. 38,000. He was healed for more damage than the clan boss dealt to him. He's probably got about 3, 4 more turns with Apothecary near him to heal him. Kale heals because he's got the vampire set on, as well as he has a mastery that increases his healing when he's below 50% health. So generally, until the clan boss actually just completely obliterates him, Kale will stay up just with these guys, pretty much on his own. He ends up healing more than my apothecary in most stages, which is ridiculous. The apothecary goes down. Altan's going to go ahead and kind of solo fight this clown for a little bit. And just like that, that's pretty normal for my team to have Altan standing alone against a clan boss at the very end there for a while. Now, Juliana could have dealt more damage there had Juliana been 6-starred, had Juliana had more masteries, um, had Juliana been fully upgraded. I can make excuse A through Z for why Juliana didn't deal more damage there, and all of them would be correct. I'm looking at probably estimating that when Juliana gets upgraded to 6-star, fully upgraded and everything, she's going to bring my team up to about 9 to 10 mil damage dealt, which is gonna be absolutely insane. I can't wait for that. But next thing I'm going to show you guys, last thing I'm going to show you guys today, again, just a little teaser. So I showed you guys the easy clan boss, and I showed you that with a team built to deal with the clan boss. Now we'll see some people have, like Torm here. Torm deals a fair bit of damage to the easy clan boss, and still, I mean, it's a really early on account. He's got his Argala, that's insane. He's got Mountain King and Soulless legendaries, so that's good. But a lot of people will do this thing where they'll throw in their legendaries to their clan boss team, even if the legendary doesn't help them. Even if the legendary doesn't do too much for the clan boss team. Guys, try to stay away from that. Find somebody who's going to work for a clan boss team, right? We're going to look at poisons. We're going to look at attack downs. I mean, again, I use Altan because he has that attack down on his attack 1, right? 60% chance to land, a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. I mean, guys, that's insane. And Altan's going to attack with that pretty frequently. He only has 2 actual abilities. The other ability is on a 3-turn cooldown. I mean, he's going to hit with that pretty frequently, especially when he's got counterattack. He will almost always land that. So I'm never worried about that not being there. It's generally always there when I need it. I mean, you've got a couple of people like Welfare. The game's going to give you a Yaga the Insatiable. Yaga the Insatiable is a fair amount of damage to the clan boss. 5% poison debuff there. It's on a 40% chance. Okay, so he needs accuracy. Great, give him an accuracy set. Hungering Plague, 50% chance to put 2 5% poison debuffs. Again, 50% chance. He needs accuracy. Great, give him some accuracy. Don't use his leadership skill. It's not going to be super beneficial for you. You're going to want something else. Um, and then Rot from Within attacks one enemy. Damage increases by 25% against targets under poison debuffs. I've seen Yaga hit for 80 to 70,000 with this thing. He absolutely demolishes targets under poison debuffs. You know, and once he gets fully, or once he, yeah, he deals a lot of damage. Yaga's pretty solid. I mean, my team for the longest time for Clan Boss was these 5 guys right here, starting at Yaga, Kale, Apothecary, Altan, and High Katoon, as High Katoon increases my team's speed. And that was kind of really my big thing, was if my team goes faster, Kale puts down more poisons, as does Yaga, meaning that I can get more damage. Nowadays, I use Altan, Kale, Apothecary, um, Skull Crusher, and I'll use Juliana. I mean, that's just kind of it. That really helps me. That lets my team deal some pretty solid numbers. Alrighty, guys. Now I know that we have. I mean, we put in a decent amount of work on these guys. This isn't normally what you guys want to do when doing that, but To be fair, I didn't mind putting in the work on these guys to help make Juliana a 6-star, specifically because of one event that's going on right now. That's not going to be what you're normally going to do. That's generally a pretty big waste of resources. But we have this champion training event that I am oh so close to finishing up and getting a legendary tome. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to do that pretty easily. So that's why I didn't care about doing that. That, and I mean, for the content, guys, for the content. We want to go ahead and make that clan boss video, so I needed to make sure that those guys were going to be strong enough to actually survive in the clan boss. But yeah, it's been fun, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, like and subscribe to the channel down below. And look forward to the next video, guys. All right, have a good one. Alrighty, folks. I know a little bit earlier I was talking about how I was going to show the following day when I collect all my clan boss chests. But I'm not going to make you guys wait an additional day, so I'm just going to cut this into this video here. But we're going to go ahead and just pop these open and show you kind of why it's really important to make sure that you capitalize your damage so you can go ahead and get double chests. So we're going to start with the warrior chests from the easy clan boss and just kind of show you like some of the possibilities. So, right, we get a mid void shard here. I seem to get a lot of void shards, and then we get boots. The boots are defense 6%. Yeah, you know what? Somebody's probably going to use those, so we're going to go ahead and keep those. And then on the next one, we're going to get a mid force. That's great. That helps us ascend people, get them more powerful, and 15k silver. Not amazing by any means coming out of here, but if you're in an earlier account, this mid silver or this mid force, like that, that's a decent amount of farming for you. You're maybe doing force keep 7 or 8, and you're like just able to start getting those. That's really big, especially early accounts. You're gonna have shaman. I mean, you need that for shaman. We're going to go ahead and look at normal. It's 2 night chests here, so literally just a tier higher. So we get energy brews, and I got 3 voids here, which is great again. Um, and then we get a shield. Great. There's not really an easy way for this to be bad, although they seem to find half of it and gave me flat HP on this set. So, maybe this isn't going to pan out super well. Maybe I'll end up just selling that. I don't know. I'll go look at my other immortal shields later and worry about that. But 3 energy brews. That's great. You might want to keep on to all your energy brews. Eventually, they're going to bring back a level up event where it's going to be have to do it in the tavern, and it's a really good thing to go ahead and use those there. So then we go to the hard, and it's a guardian chest. Again, it's a tier higher than the knight chest. You generally get some pretty solid things out of here. Let's see. So we get a weapon. All right. Flat HP, not the greatest. Resistance, okay, cool. That works on everybody. And crit rate, okay, great. That'll work on everybody. So that'll probably end up getting used. Got more energy brews and 30k silver. I mean, that's twice the amount of silver from the easy chest. It's pretty nice. And then on the second one, we went ahead and we got attack percent gloves with defense percent and speed on a cruel set. That's great. I like that. We got 4 magic mids. Okay, that's good. And we got 5 gems. Now, sometimes we'll get more gems. I've gotten up to 30 gems out of one of these. I've gotten ancient shards. I'll get 5 stars for these sets. So really kind of solid potential out of these. I mean, getting an ancient shard out of there is really fun. Most of my legendaries have actually come from ancients. I don't think I've pulled a single legendary from a I have not pulled a single legendary from a higher shard than an ancient. I mean, and I have 4 of them. So getting ancient shards, it's really nice. You're gonna want to just keep getting ancient shards. So I mean that clan boss activity, that's gonna help you out a lot. Um, but yeah, that's the last little bit that I wanted to talk about, guys. Is getting those chests. Really, kind of how important those chests can be, and why you want to make sure to get the highest tier that you can. Now, also with that, don't generally, guys, don't be greedy with the damage, right? So if I come back in here and I look, I've got a couple of people here. Like Palacia's hit twice today, and Palacia hit max damage on this chest. So there's no point for Palacia to hit again on this difficulty, unless we need her to hit again for her to kill it. But generally when we're looking at needing to kill shot range this guy, he might have 4 or 5 million health left, and one of the higher powered accounts on us can go ahead and just nail him real quick. Won't really be a problem, won't be a thing. And this guy here, like, we've got Adrumus and Mighty. Those guys have both, Adrumus, Mighty, and Warrior here, who is the lead for the clan. Those guys have maxed out their damage on this key. So they kind of want to like pop their next keys downwards, right? And these guys, again, all three of these guys, if they were to hit the easy boss, they'd deal the 8 mil to the easy boss easily. We don't really want to just destroy that before people get a chance to collect things from that. We want to let everybody who can collect something out of the easy boss do so, and then everybody who can collect everything out of the normal boss do so, and everybody that can collect something out of the hard boss do so. Carnage is kind of our exception. Carnage deals an insane amount of damage, and we really kind of rest on Carnage to go ahead and help us kill these guys. Um, so Carnage will generally hit the hard boss for us, deal a pretty decent bit of damage here, and then we kind of sweep up and try to clean up after him. But for the most part, we'll let Carnage go ahead and hit this hard boss pretty much as many times as he wants to, because we're still at a point where we're killing the hard boss sometimes. We might not kill him 1 week or 1 day, and then the next day we absolutely destroy him. So, I mean, it really all depends, guys. But don't be greedy. Don't, like, if you're gonna deal 2 to 3 million damage to the easy boss in a single key, don't burn 4 keys on the easy boss. Don't deal 10 million of the easy boss's damage and leave 10 million to be split amongst the other people who need him. If you deal 10 million damage in a key on the normal boss, I mean, he's only got 60k, or he's only got 60 million health. If you hit him 4 times, you're leaving him with 20 million. And for people to actually fully benefit from this, they need to hit him for 3.6 mil. Don't don't be greedy, guys. If you guys don't have to use a key at that moment, don't use it. Like right now, I have 31 minutes to use a key so that I can keep a key on stationary. So I'm going to use that key here after I get off of this video, and then I'll let my other key sit until 4 or 5 hours have passed, and I now need to use that key so that I'm not sitting here with a timer that's not going. You want to make sure that your timer is always active, it's always going. After 30 minutes, when I pick up this next key, that timer stops because I have full keys. I don't want that. I mean, generally the same could be said about energy, but it takes me maybe 4 hours to refresh energy. So sometimes like I'll get off and I'll go to sleep and I'm not refreshing any energy. There's nothing you can really do about that unless you want to cheat or do things on the computer to make it so that you farm all night. I don't really feel like doing all that. I'm just kind of go play this game around. Alrighty, guys, but that's gonna be all for today. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing that. I was really hoping to maybe show you guys an ancient chart or something out of the out of that, but unfortunately not. Just weren't able to pop one out. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully this will help some of you guys capitalize on the clan boss damage, how to deal more damage to him. Poisons and HP burns are key. Weaken effect is really powerful on him. If you got a weaken, toss it up. If you can take that attack buff off of him, great. If you can take the attack buff off of him and deal an attack down buff, that's even better, guys. But again, hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. We'll see you next time, guys.